choosing the right channel for you. Okay, so let's start with Facebook. It is the biggest social media in the world still, 2.27 billion active users. What's that, a third of the world? Not quite half, a third-ish of the world's population. So 65% of Facebook users are under the age of 35, which is interesting to me because I always feel like it's a platform for older people now, but still there's lots of young people coming onto the platform. 96% of Facebook users access the site through their mobile devices. Users spend an average of 58 minutes on the platform per day, so that's an hour a day on an average. 78% of American consumers have discovered products to buy on Facebook. So there you go. Best for video content, especially live video. If that's something you're comfortable with, it's a really good platform for that. And sharing photo collections. So sharing collections of your work is a really good thing to put on your Facebook page, because people who come across your Facebook page can then just browse through your collections, and if they like it, they can. If you have a shop set up too, they can click straight through to your shop and buy it, which is awesome. So that's Facebook. We all know Facebook. YouTube. A lot of makers don't really think about YouTube when you think about social media, but it is massive. 1.9 billion active users. I mean, think about how often you just go to YouTube to learn something or look for something, right? I mean, my dad uses YouTube all the time because he is Mr. Fix-It. He builds things, fixes things. So there's so many other old dudes on Facebook who have YouTube channels who teach all this random, well, to me, random and obscure engineering stuff, but he's all over it. So, think about the sort of people who are using YouTube, why they're using YouTube. If you are comfortable with video, it could be an incredible choice for you. I actually did an interview on the podcast about a year ago now. Oh, his name escapes me. Maybe Nick can go have a look and see if he can find the episode in the podcast list. If you just go to the podcast page, Nick, and search YouTube, it should pop up. There, with a young man, he's in his early-ish 20s, who grew up on YouTube, and he has a ring making business, and he has absolutely killed it. He has 12 staff now just in a couple of years by doing weekly YouTube videos showing how to make different rings, and it's just been an incredible marketing tool for him. His business is booming. So you might not have thought about it, but it's an amazing platform, and you can also run ads on there. So it could be another income stream for you as well, if that's something like doing tutorials, showing behind the scenes stuff. It's always an option. 90% of users between the ages of 18 and 44 have accessed YouTube, no surprise there. 70% of users access through their mobile device, and 90% have used YouTube to discover new brands or products. Great for long form video, absolutely, and not good for quick updates. No, that's what Instagram and Facebook are for more so. Let's talk Instagram. 1 billion active users. This is the one probably most of us are most familiar with in the craft world. It's kind of the platform for social media in the handmade industry. Second most engaged social network after Facebook. 71% of Instagram users are under 35. So if you are thinking about young audiences, very good place to be. Again, spend an average of 53 minutes, so approximately an hour a day on the platform. Let's be honest, who here spends an hour or more a day on one social media platform? I don't know that I spend it on one. Possibly. just looking at the platform. I've been on Twitter a bit lately, but that's because of everything's been going on in the world, just watching. I haven't really been interacting much, but reading stuff. I use it to get a lot of news and things like that. Instagram, I probably spend somewhere between 15, half an hour a day, not a great deal. Depends on whether I'm promoting something or working on something. Facebook, I'm on Facebook for quite a bit, but that's because I run a lot of my student stuff through there. That's what I spend time on Facebook for. So yeah, I'd say so. Instagram's best for visual storytelling. So static assets, we all know about the beautiful Instagram feed, right, that we're all trying to get. Video content they're pushing really, really hard. There's 5 different ways you can put video on Instagram now. We did a episode on the Business of Making podcast, my other podcast, about this recently. So on Instagram, you can do Instagram Live, you can do stories, you can do reels now, which is basically TikTok. So it's they're ripping off TikTok basically there. You can do Instagram, what's it called? The IGTV. So was that 4? Yeah, so lots of ways to do video there. Oh, and you can just upload a 1-minute video to your timeline. There you go, that's 5. So yeah, lots of options for video. Not good for overly promotional spammy content. Yeah, it's more about storytelling, behind the scenes, showcasing your work, all that sort of stuff. All right, so here's Twitter. 325 million active users, 63% are between 35 and 65 years of age. Female and male split there, more a male dominated platform. I think Instagram's more a female dominated platform. 40% of users have purchased something after seeing it on Twitter. Yeah, so short, quick content. So sharing updates, sharing little thoughts, things like that. So it was great for me in the beginning when I was like learning a lot of stuff and meeting a lot of new people. I don't use it too much these days because it's not the best platform for me, but I know a lot of crafters who do use it and can be quite successful on there. So it's definitely a platform to consider if you like short, sharp content rather than having to write like a blog post length caption on everything. Not that you have to do that, but that's sometimes what we feel like we have to do, right? And Pinterest, definitely top on the tippy top of my list, because it's not really a social media. It is, we think of it kind of lumped in there with all the other ones, but it's more a search engine. It's more a visual search engine. There are social elements in that. You can follow people, you can comment on pins, but really think of it more as a search engine. It's a curation tool that people use, especially for events and like life events. People curate, when they're building a new home or doing updated decor, or for fashion reasons, or for weddings, or for birthday parties. Like, people use Pinterest to basically curate their lives in a visual format. So if you have a product that sort of lends itself to any of those things, which I'm guessing most of you probably do, that's why Pinterest is an excellent choice, because it is a visual platform. So if you have beautiful photos, which if you haven't, go do the photography workshop and you'll learn how to take beautiful photos, then it's a really great platform, and it is a good traffic driver, because every pin you can link directly to a product on your website or a blog post on your website, and people click on it, they take straight there. So Etsy, you can actually connect Etsy within Pinterest. There's a way to connect your Etsy shop with it, and people then when they see your pin will see like the price and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's great for visually based businesses like ours. Definitely highly recommend Pinterest. Here's some questions to ask yourself before choosing. Now, obviously, we're going to think about what's comfortable for us, what platforms we enjoy, but it's also really, really important to think about your target market. And we talked a lot about that in yesterday's workshop, the branding workshop. I gave you a target market worksheet in that workshop to help you figure out who your target market actually is. So if you're not sure about that, go do that one and figure that out, because you want to know who they are and where they are. So what is your key demographic? Is it more male, female? What age? What sort of education level? What sort of income level? All that sort of stuff. So which platform are they on? How much time do I have to posting on social media? So be realistic here. If you only have half an hour a day, you're going to have to be really careful about what platform you choose and what you do with that platform. And what's the best way to showcase your items? Is it video? Is it images? Is it long captions to describe the story behind them? So think about what makes your items unique and who your key buyers are. And then you can choose the right platform for your items. So it's going to be different for everybody. Who's your key demographic? Do you know who they are? How much time do you really have to devote to social media per day? And what do you feel is the best way? Not the most comfortable way, the best way. Because you might feel like images are more comfortable, but maybe video would actually work really well for your products, and you just have to get over the learning curve of that. This video was an excerpt from a much longer Etsy U workshop that I did. And if you'd like to watch the whole workshop, you can do so over on my channel. Just look for the Etsy U section. There's a number of workshops there where the information has come straight from Etsy and I'm passing it on to you. So I hope you enjoyed this little excerpt. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching.